So, you know how sometimes you look back on your life and just like have a moment, not a good moment. I'm talking about the kind of moment where you realize you've been so focused on what you thought you wanted that you completely blew up everything else. Yeah, that's me right now. My mother gave me up for adoption after my dad died and had an affair with my uncle. Then, years later, she found me online, pretending to reconnect. It's a whole thing. And between you and me, I'm just done. It's always been about me, right? My needs, my wants, my feelings. I was a kid when it all started, so that's fair. I mean, my parents had me when they were too young. My parents, as in my birth parents, Julia and, well, let's just say my dad. When I was born, he was just graduating college, and I was the reason they had to leave. Julia's parents were a whole other story, but we'll get to that. They got married. Then a few years later, my dad got sick. Leukemia. He died just after my 7th birthday. I was barely a kid, and suddenly my whole world was upside down. The day after my dad died, these people showed up my adoptive parents. My mom, Julia, told me they would look after me for a few days. Days turned into weeks, months. And now, here we are, a full 10 years later. I can still remember it all, like it was yesterday. The confusion, the anger, everyone telling me he was in a better place, and I'd be okay, but I wasn't okay. I just wanted to see him, to say goodbye, and I wasn't even allowed. They just took me away, and I remember just waiting for Julia to call, to come back for me. At first, I cried all the time. I felt so abandoned. I was lucky, though. My new parents were incredible. They already had a son and had been struggling to have another kid. They were looking to adopt a much younger child. But then one of my adoptive mom's cousins, who happened to know Julia, told her about my situation. I was a 7-year-old, and no agency was going to put up with that. But my new family didn't care. They just wanted to take me out of that situation. We have so many grandparents. You can't even imagine. I have my grandparents from my adoptive side and my biological grandparents, who, by the way, have kept in contact with me since the day I was adopted. You'd think that would be enough, but it wasn't. I was always wondering why. Why did she just leave me? So, at 14, I started asking questions. I needed to know the truth, and my grandparents, my real grandparents, finally told me everything. I've always been told the truth, but I've always had my own version of it. I mean, my grandparents tried to explain it to me, but what do they know? They were never in my shoes. Anyway, they told me that my husband, my uncle, and I were all wrapped up in this thing that was supposed to be a secret. But my husband got sick. His health started to deteriorate, and it just wasn't a secret anymore. My uncle and I decided it was time to come clean. It was getting too hard to hide. My parents, my husband's parents, and mine were furious. I mean, can you believe it? They were just so dramatic. But they kept quiet because of my husband. They said they didn't want to upset him, and I was too young to understand. That's when I told them my uncle and I didn't want to be parents. We were going to give the kid up for adoption. And can you believe they had the nerve to argue with me? They insisted I should stay and take care of my husband and my child. But I was so young when I had her. My parents pressured me to get married and have a baby. They said my life would be better, and I'd be happier if I did. But I always knew it wasn't what I wanted. I just wasn't ready to be a mother. And once my husband was gone, there was nothing to keep me there. They couldn't give her up for adoption while he was still alive. Everyone just had to wait for him to die. It's not like I wanted him to die or anything. But, well, it was convenient. I guess so. The day after he died, my adoptive parents showed up. My parents never told me exactly what happened, but I knew I wouldn't have been able to place her in a home by myself. They had to help me. I tried, though. I went to an agency, but no one wants a 7-year-old. I was so relieved when I found her a family. I mean, she was just a kid, and I had to do what was best for me. For my happiness, and my uncle's happiness, of course. My ex-husband's parents, my parents, and all our families wanted nothing to do with us. They even made sure we weren't at his funeral. It's like they really didn't care about us at all, but I didn't care. I finally got what I wanted. I was free. I was with the love of my life. My uncle and I got married and lived happily ever after. I barely even thought about my daughter or her life after that. So, fast forward a decade. My life with my husband is amazing. We got married, and everything was great. But then, things started to get messy. He started complaining about his family, how he wanted to make up with them, how he missed them. I was like, babe, they're never gonna forgive you. It's a lost cause. But he just kept at it. He started blaming me. He said we wouldn't be in this situation if I had just waited a little longer. It was ridiculous. It was a stressful time. And I just had to take action. So I did what anyone would do. I reached out to my daughter. I found her on Instagram. It's so easy to find people on there these days. Her account was public. I sent her a message. I told her I was sorry. I told her I was in a lot of pain when I made those decisions. I told her I was young, and my parents had pressured me. I mean, I wasn't completely wrong, right? I just wanted her to understand. I wanted to tell her that I wasn't just some villain. I had a rough life. Too. I just wanted to make things right. And I just needed her help. I thought she would understand. She was my daughter. After all, I was so hopeful when she agreed to meet me. I thought, finally, someone who will understand me. I wasn't going to tell her the whole truth at first. Just bits and pieces. I'd give her my version. And then maybe, just maybe, she'd get it. She'd get me. I just wanted to tell her that I never regretted having her. I just regretted the situation. Who wouldn't? Anyway, we met for lunch. I tried to tell her my side of the story. I told her I was forced into all of it. I told her how much I love my husband and how my life was finally perfect. And then I just broke down. I told her everything. How our marriage was failing. How my husband wanted to make up with his family. I told her she was the only one who could help me. I thought she would understand. I thought she would have some empathy for me. But she didn't. She just sat there, looking at me with this blank expression. I cried. I told her how much I needed her help. I told her how much I wanted to be a good mother to her. And she just didn't care. She told me I was self-centered. She said I was trying to use her. She told me to stop with the crocodile tears. Can you believe it? The nerve of that kid. She said she didn't believe a word I said. She told me to sell my baloney somewhere else. I was so hurt. And then she said something that just broke me. She said I wasn't her mother. She said her parents were the ones who raised her, not me. I'm her biological mother. She can't just erase that. I tried to get her to understand. I told her she would understand if she was in my shoes. I told her she had been brainwashed by her adoptive family. She just walked away. I couldn't believe it. I was in so much pain. I sent her a voice note after she left. I was still in the restaurant, just sobbing. I told her how awful she was. I told her that no matter what, I would always be her mother. She blocked me. Can you believe it? My own daughter. But I didn't give up. I kept trying to contact her. I tried to get her to understand my side. Our marriage was literally falling apart. I messaged her so many times, but she just wouldn't respond. I even went online and found her school's address. It's amazing what you can find on the internet these days. She shouldn't have her information out there in the first place, right? Anyway, I found it. I knew I had to go see her. I just had to talk to her. I waited for her outside of her school. I pulled up in my car and yelled for her to get in. She just looked at me like I was a psycho. She told me she would scream if I didn't leave her alone. I told her I just wanted to talk. I wasn't there to cause trouble. I told her I didn't even need her to help me with my parents anymore. I just wanted to fix things with her. I told her how much I regretted our last conversation. I really did. I just wanted to make things right. But she just kept walking. That's when I lost it. What else was I supposed to do? I had tried everything. I told her I was going to ruin her life. I told her to watch her back. I drove away, yelling at her. I couldn't believe she was acting this way. She just didn't understand me. She didn't understand what I was going through. She was selfish. That's what she was. My husband and I were in financial trouble. Our business was failing. We needed help, and she was the one who could help us. But she just didn't care. So, my husband and I are officially at war. He finally contacted his parents, and they told him what I did. They didn't have to get a restraining order against me, but they did. So, I took to the internet. I started telling my side of the story. How my ex-husband's family was trying to ruin me. How my own parents were trying to ruin me. How my daughter was trying to ruin me. What else was I supposed to do? I had to defend myself. I had to tell people the truth. And my husband, he's trying to get his parents to help us with our financial problems. He's trying to make it seem like I'm the problem. He's trying to say he had nothing to do with it. But we both know that's not true. They think they're going to get a restraining order against me. But I'm not worried. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just trying to make things right. I'm just trying to get what I deserve. And if that means I have to fight, then I'll fight. I'm not going to let them win. I did what I had to do. I had a dream. I had a life I wanted to live. And I did it. I'm with the love of my life. My husband loves me. And if our marriage is falling apart, it's not my fault. It's theirs. It's my daughter's fault. It's my parents' fault. It's my ex-husband's family's fault. It's everyone's fault but mine. I did what I had to do. And if my life is falling apart now, It's only because they're trying to ruin me. I guess this is what happens when you try to be a good person. You try to do what's right, but everyone just sees you as the bad guy. I mean, I gave her up so she could have a better life. She got a great family. She got everything she wanted. I got everything I wanted. It's not fair that they get to be happy. And I don't. It's not fair that they get to be a family. And I'm all alone. But I'm not worried. I'll figure it out. I always do. It's just hard to accept that no one sees my side of the story. No one understands what I went through. But I do, and that's all that matters.